So it is talk show time. Basically, every week, Alex and myself, we host this talk show, going over all sorts of video game news and news-related items for video games in general. Talking, highlighting the finer points of everything, or at least trying to, and basically, so you guys don't have to. Because let's face it, a lot of these news sites out there for video games, unfortunately, are just absolutely riddled with ads all over the place, and no one likes that. So, yeah, you don't really have to do that because we do that every week. um, but unfortunately, in the weeks where there's not much going on, it makes it a little hard to talk about whatever's going on. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. Last week was a light week. This is kind of another light week. So, fortunately, we have enough other things in video games that interest us that, well, we can definitely fill the time, that's for certain. And then some. But, let's give the thumbs up here. We're good to go.
Everything is funnier with the fucking Jaws soundtrack. Dude,
Yep.
dude. Yeah. I've been taking a pantomime class. At the end of the episode, I'm going to do that with stair walking down thing. Just walk off frame.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing?
Good. I was just bitching about Dark Souls 3 and my experience today. But it wasn't just a today thing. It's okay. It's not like I'm going to quit.
Okay.
Just a today thing. But, it was one of those days where Dark Souls just bet me over. Like, enjoy the next hour and 45 minutes of your life. I'm not even spitting on your anus. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, Dark Souls is definitely prone to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Especially when you get to a point in that game / series where you start feeling comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's when you start taking things for granted, like, oh, I can just one-shot these guys, or oh, I can run right up. That's when it's like, yeah, no, dude, you've kind of been getting a little lax with the way you're running around these guys, or you fought these guys so many times, and so you just kind of go, whatever, I can just mash it out. And then that's when it's like, bah, 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 and you're like, all right, well,
Yep.
you got to remember to respect their authority. Yeah. So, what about you? How was yours?
Doing pretty good. As far as Dark Souls myself, I'm doing the Convergence mod. So it's very heavily focused on spellcasting and just being able to almost constantly spellcast.
That's cool.
So it definitely is adding a new twist. The other Dark Souls mod that I'm looking forward to playing at some point in time here, hopefully in the near future, which I know that's probably not going to happen with Elden Ring, but it's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But the other mod is Sisters of Ash, or Daughters of Ash, for Dark Souls 1. Because on average, it's about somewhere between 10 and 12 times larger than what a regular mod for Dark Souls has.
Okay.
Because it's about 40 to 50,000 lines of code,
Damn.
as opposed to 4 to 5.
Right.
So
Wow.
it's huge.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, too bad. Fucking, we have what, the 22nd of February is the Elden Ring.
25th, yeah.
25th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that's kind of why I was thinking about like buying. By the way, let's just start off a little quick update. Tonight until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern is the end of the winter sale on Steam. So if there is some game that you've been kind of like if and or butsing, this is it. You are down to less than like 15 hours. So make sure, you make your final decision and go pick it up. Just FYI.
Well, it's not like you have to go far to pick it up anyways, but yes.
No, you like literally just click down on the bottom of your screen and then go, yep, there we go.
Yes, very true.
I actually have a beautiful Steam story too that can go right into us doing news.
Go for it.
Look at that.
Go
Look at
for
that
it.
fucking professionalism. So yesterday, this is an interesting piece of news because it actually involves me directly too. I got an IM from a buddy of mine. Don't worry about his name. And he said, a friend of mine is entering this tournament. Could you do me a favor and go in and vote for him? And this was a close friend of mine, like that I actually have hung out with several times. And I was like, yeah, sure, man. Like, no problem. I'll go do that. And I ran to the gas station or whatever, came back, um, went to it, clicked the link. The link brought me to an esports website. It had already said he is on the Giants or something. And there's a bunch of teams. And when you click to vote on that team, it asks you to sign in. And I was instantly like, that's weird. Why the hell would that matter? And I was like, okay, well, maybe it's like one of those things where I got to make a new email account or something for the website because I'd never heard of this. Also, the fact that I had never heard of this esports website was also kind of a little thing where I was like, this is supposed to be for Valorant? Like, I watched that esport. But so I was like, okay, well, maybe I got to do one. So I click on it and it opens up a sub window going directly to my Steam account and it wants me to log in on Steam. Yeah. So that was the eyebrow that I raised. And I was like, huh. So I pinged him back and I was like, yep, okay, I did it, but I didn't. But I was like, yep, I did it. It about 30 minutes later pings me again. I see that the number of votes hasn't changed. Are you sure that you logged into Steam? And that's when everything really was like, So I pinged him again a third time and nothing responded. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. Lo and behold, 20, 30 minutes later on Gamers, that one fucking Facebook that we have, my friend was like, hey, I got hacked. Do not, don't fall for this shit. Do not go to that website. Do not click on that esports channel. He has a 2-point verification on his Steam account, and he got hacked because he did this.
Oof.
So, if you get a ping for a DM from anybody on your Steam list that is asking you to go like this so that it can help a friend of theirs, and it asks you, do not do it. This is going around now. I even checked into it today. This is a full-blown thing. Do not do that shit because that is verbatim how he got hacked because I actually PM'd him during the day today and I was like, Banky, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, I did it because it came from a friend of mine. So, what is it called? I will let you know right this second. Hi, Blue. Can you say the site? Yes, I can definitely say the site.
It honestly, it sounds familiar, very reminiscent, familiar of a problem that's also been happening on Discord as well. Is
Oh, is that
getting
right?
Yeah, because I've actually had it happen to me twice, where someone has sent me a direct message on Discord, being like, "Hey, my friend accidentally tried doing something as far as like sending a review to you or something like that." And long story short, it turns into being a thing of, oh, well, he reported your account, unfortunately, instead of the proper account that he was trying to report. So your account's going to get shut down unless you contact this friend on my friend on Discord at this, or not my friend, but this like Steam customer support tech through Discord. And I'm like, okay, one, that's bullshit because I'm looking at my email. I don't have an email from Steam. Two, the name you're giving me that I have to contact in Discord is like Dark Guardian or like I'm not legit or like things that are clearly not Steam customer service.
Well, and the fucked up thing is, this is also going. So I'm going to put this on my screen.
Sure.
So this is coming from Rival Portal. This is the entire fucking thing right here. Hey, you got a minute? What's up? Can you vote for my friends who participate in the Valorant event? Which is weird because I don't even have Valorant I have it through Epic, not even Steam. Steam doesn't even have Valorant yet. And then it has this link right here to rivalleague.pro, and it says vote for Team Giants. And I was like, done and done. And then it pinged me back and it said, but I see the same amount of votes. You need to sign in for a vote. And then I said, oh shit, KK. And then 40 minutes later, I didn't do it at that time. Banky actually texted me and he was like, stop, 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 stop. He was like, this is all fucked up. So wait, I showed that on yeah, okay. So yeah, that is verbatim what you do. This rivalleague.pro. Do not fall for that shit. Don't fucking use any of that crap. Just as an FYI, boys and girls. Chinese hackers, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
legitimately, who fucking knows? All I know is that they're trying to get access to your Steam account, which has access to your fucking wallet, you know? So most assuredly, do not do that if you get that. And I actually just saw another one from him, and he said, funny enough, it blocked the majority of my friends list after the communication ended. So maybe to hide the chats after it happened, so I didn't notice it. I'm just gonna tell him I saved it. So yeah, it's just another one of those things. Like it, get mobile authenticator. He does. He has 2-point authentication.
Yeah.
But he had clicked on because he got the same thing from another one of his friends, and he said, "Yep, okay, it's a buddy of mine asking me to do a thing for a friend of his." He was trying to be good guy Greg,
Yeah.
and that's what fucked him.
Yep. Got to be careful with that stuff.
So, anyways, great start for the fucking day.
Well, in that case, I definitely know I'm not going with a certain story that I've got.
Okay.
Need
Well, although
some
to be
sort of
fair,
pick me up after that.
I mean, to be fair, at least stuff is going on with Steam. Yes, Jake. Did he get his account back? Don't know yet. I pinged him and he has not hit me back up personally yet.
If he does get his account back, I'm already predicting it'll probably be at least like 2 weeks.
Well, and he's gonna have to change like the credit card that's associated with it, cancel the credit card that's associated with it. Like there's a bunch of bare minimums that are gonna have to happen with that.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it. So just be wary. If you get this basically should just be this lesson. If you get a DM from one of your buddies on one system, ping them on something else. I don't care if it's Messenger or on text, and just be like, "Hey, did you send this to me? I just want to know because there are so many ways to get scammed." Shit, a buddy of mine 2 days ago or 3 days ago got hit up on Instagram, and she was like, "Do not listen to anything that's coming out of this fucking like." It's just make sure you hit them up personally, and you could be alerting them to the problem. They might not even know that they've been hacked yet.
Yep. Yep.
So
Very true. Very true.
get each other's backs, boys and girls.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll go with this one. For Destiny 2, they're winding down one expansion and getting ready to start up another. And since then, they have already also added a limited time event. I think it started back in November. Why this is just now making news, I don't know. But apparently, for any like brand new players since this event kicked off, the current player base is trying to help them out by getting past this new event, because literally this new event is thrown at everybody like right away. So if you're brand new to the game, this is thrown at you before you can even do anything else. The problem with this, if you're a brand new character in the game, your light level is 1000. The light level recommended for this event is 1150. 150 points of light level difference in Destiny 2 makes a huge, huge difference. It's effectively 2 seasons worth. So, like 6 months worth of gameplay and upgrades.
What?
They're effectively screwing new players, is what's going on. Bungie is. They royally fucked up.
But like, what's the offer at the end of the day? Like, what are they offering to make this?
As far as what Bungie is offering,
Yeah.
hey, this is our Bungie 30th year anniversary celebration thing. Yeah.
But fuck you, new guys.
They didn't intentionally do this, though, is the thing. This is just
Oh.
no one along the line from developer down in the development of this event sat there and stopped and thought, what happens if someone brand new to the game, the player base we're trying to keep pulling in, what happens if someone brand new comes into the game? What happens to them? What gets thrown in their face?
Man, this is the Marvel thing, right? It's like,
Yeah.
what are we going to explain 10 years of content? Nah, fuck those people. They're just missing out at this point. Like, they don't give a shit about introducing anybody. And nobody thought of that. Not like a single QA person was like made a new account
Apparently
and
not.
went, oh my God. Ugh.
That or it's a thing of they like QA maybe has just been so numb to things that it's like, oh, 150 point difference. Oh, okay, I can do that.
Sure.
And it's like, sure, you can. You play the game 8 hours a day for your actual job.
Right.
But a new player you're trying to bring in, it's like, no, they've got maybe 5 minutes under their belt. They can't do that.
And honestly, like, you know, depending on the game and the company, you know, you have boosters. So maybe that was it. Like, fucking start new character, pick light level. Okay, go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be in the dev shit.
In the dev shit, yes. In the actual release version, no. As far as I know, there are no boosters.
I'm saying on the dev side.
Yeah.
Or maybe the dev side is just so used to like, everybody's gonna fucking like, you know, yeah, that's weird.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what adjective I would use for that? Lackadaisical. That is very lackadaisical.
Yes.
That is not checking all the boxes. That is clearly like, don't worry about it. Shouldn't be a problem. Like, fucking,
yep.
You know, it's fine.
The one thing I will say though that is actually very cool is the existing player base. So the veterans of the game.
Sure.
They're trying to find these new players
and loophole it
and go in and help them get through this mission that is
That's
actually
nice.
Impossible for them to complete.
That's nice.
So
that's nice.
Yeah, that is very nice.
And I think that like that's like the biggest thing that you want from like your veterans in a community is like people like who will be willing to help noobs as opposed to, you know, competitive. Because I mean, essentially, Destiny in that instance is a PvE, right?
Yeah.
And they're just trying to help them out. That's really cool.
Yep.
You see that in Rainbow Six Siege, and motherfuckers would be like, "Ha ha, noob, you can't get that shit." Like, it's like, ah, damn, like you salty bastards. Like, I get it. We put up with a bunch of shit, but like, you don't have to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Let's see what I got. I got the wrong fucking screen. So, what do we want to do? Do you want to do some international news? Do you want to do something else that's like an update for a game? Let's do that.
We can do that. Yeah.
It rolls in nicely. So, for the first time since 2003, EVE Online actually has an actual event tying to another basically existing IP. They are going to have a Doctor Who event. The only thing that bums me out about this, I have a bunch more information about it, but I didn't get to talk to my buddy Paul. He plays EVE, him and all of his buddies. We play Hunt together as well. But I wasn't able to ask him what his opinions are. I'm sure he's gonna be like, fucking nerd shit, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's my guess. But Paul Lucier doesn't give a fuck. But super cool to see that EVE Online is finally starting to see the writing on the wall that you can bring players back in with cool events,
Mhm.
that's not just uh, your own internal events, which is one of the best things about EVE Online, honestly. It's one of the things that intrigues me about that game is that it's a player run economy. The players basically they run the fucking entire show there, and the
Yeah.
devs are like, yeah, we're cool with it.
Yeah.
But I also like Doctor Who, and this is going to be called the Interstellar Convergence, actually, coincidentally enough. And they are going to be exploring a new area of space based on the Doctor's home planet of Gallifrey, which is also pretty dope. Um, but it's unbelievable. So that also comes out on the 13th, so whatever, 2 weeks from now.
Interesting.
Um, Yep. But it's crazy that a game that is as old as EVE Online has never had some sort of crossover event.
Yeah,
Um,
it is definitely interesting.
yeah, and I do have interest in Doctor Who, and that is a spreadsheet simulator. Um,
Yeah.
but I think that's really cool, like and cool and forward thinking. And I understand that, like, especially a smaller community like EVE Online,
Hmm.
you'd want to save your dollars, right?
Yeah.
Like Epic doesn't give a shit about buying Marvel and DC crossovers. They don't give a fuck. So at the same time, EVE Online makes them a lot of money. You probably should have thought of this earlier, but it's cool that, like, maybe the next one there'll be Daleks and it'll be exterminate and they'll have their own like Dalek warships and shit. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Um, so I hope that that community is stoked to get that for the first time since 2003. You understand that's fucking ridiculous. It's 19 years old, that game.
Oof.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's cool stuff. It's cool stuff though.
Yeah. Alrighty. Um, let's go with one that probably broke a lot of people, even though it really didn't have a very long-term effect. Fortnite.
Hey, speaking of the devil.
Yeah, Epic, speed of the devil. Fortnite, they apparently, back on the 29th of December, were having some slight problems with their servers. The entire game was down.
Really?
I know, shock. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Fortnite's down. Ah, no,
Well,
it's.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I didn't hear about it. That's what I'm surprised about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a big, like, dude. Even if
Yeah.
you're not into it, that's a huge fucking game, dude.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. It is
Like,
huge. Um, but yeah, Epic has never, so far at least, said why the servers went down or what the root of the problem was.
interesting.
All they've said is solutions have been found and servers are back up. They also apparently had login issues at that same time. Once things came back up, I guess, and they fixed those as well.
Hmm.
Me personally, something tells me it tied into the log4net or log4j or log4net issues that were uncovered recently. They were originally discovered back when 1.18 from Minecraft came out because it was fucking up some guy who lives in China. It was fucking up his Minecraft server.
Yeah.
So he was digging into it and was like, oh, uh, here's your problem. Companies of the world, fix your shit.
To be fair, the other thing that like very often happens to major companies around the Christmas time is that some assholes DDoS attack, which it also very well could be. And the only reason I
Sure.
say that is because login issues are usually the first symptom
Yeah.
of because there's just so many like the
So many
DDoS attack
requests trying to.
to log in
Yeah.
from a computer system. So that to me reads DDoS, but and frankly, it doesn't play well to either your player base or to the stockholders if you publicly say, "Oh, we've been hacked by a DDoS attack." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could see the hesitation if it was that as well.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think either way, it would either way, it's like not great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Um,
now don't get me wrong. It wasn't a long time frame that the servers were down. Like we're talking an afternoon is all it
yeah, see
was.
that to me also screams DDoS.
As DDoS, yeah.
Yeah.
But also at the same point in time, a lot of other games that have been DDoSed in the past, it's like, okay, it's day after day after day, or things like that. So,
But if your team is bigger,
true.
i.e.
You can
Epic,
get
i.e.
a lot.
Fortnite,
Yeah.
you can shut down those firewalls right quick like with more manpower.
Yep.
So again, I mean, it could be a million and one things, frankly, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's in all my years in online, the first thing I think of is that was probably a DDoS attack.
Possibly, yeah.
Also, kind of also makes those guys a bunch of dicks no matter what way it is. If it was an error and it was the root problem, that's one thing. But considering Fortnite was probably made from the ground up, the only other thing it could be was because I can't imagine. No, actually, maybe Epic does use like Amazon servers.
Oh, I believe it.
It's
I
cheap.
would totally believe it. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's less that Epic would have to keep on their payroll.
and yeah,
Whereas with if they just use AWS Cloud, Amazon Web Service, and like that,
right.
then it's like, oh, hey, you're charging this much for the X servers that we need to be using. Okay, fine, just make it happen.
Yeah, like just go.
Yeah,
Like
as
just go.
long as we can get access to it and put whatever we need to on those servers to make whatever we're doing run, here's your money. Shut up and take my money.
Yep. You have anything else on that?
No, no.
Okay. This is just a quick thing I just want to talk about. It's kind of crazy. Um, for the 11th Sunday in a row, Steam has broken its concurrent players with 2,700,000, I'm sorry, 200,077,442,000 concurrent players. That is
Damn.
yeah. Um, Now when the outbreak started, a lot of the world had to adapt, right?
Yep.
India, China, these huge countries that have tons of player base
Hmm.
in different spaces, like let's call it mobile. Um, they finally started to seeing that okay, we're all in lockdown. You need to do your job. You're gonna have to be at home. Steam made a few bucks. Yes, Steam made a few bucks.
Yeah.
So over the last year and a half or whatever of the coronavirus, a lot of countries have upgraded and now have PCs in their homes. Brazil is another big one. But of the ones that I can always think of that made notable difference is India and China because it wasn't a popular thing to have a home PC. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? You'd have one at your job,
Yep.
and then, so coronavirus breaks out, and everyone realizes, oh shit, we're gonna need PCs, which also, adds to the shortage of CPUs, GPUs, etc.
Yep.
Um, but this record keeps getting broken since when was it? The 24th of July, basically of 2020, it just keeps going bop, 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 bop,
Up
bop,
and
bop, bop,
up and
bop.
up and up and up.
Right.
Wow.
Because now all these people in these other countries have home PCs. So obviously, where are you going to go get games? What are you going
Yeah.
to go to GameStop and buy? No, motherfucker, you're going to get Steam
Yep.
and you're going to download whatever the fuck you want. And then you're going to be playing those games on your new PC. Um, so it's kind of crazy that we are entering a world where literally the world is now seeing how useful home PCs are and how
Mhm.
much enjoyment other than just your job you can get out of it. And Steam once again is just like, no, give me your gold. Like they could make no game for the rest of their lives and sit on top of their dragon's hoard full of money and Valve would be sitting pretty, you know?
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the rest of the internet that's out there, the other like 99% of the internet, we all know that that's for porn.
Right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Duh.
I mean,
I mean,
there's
like,
Steam and then porn.
right. There's video games, and then there's like what I do with my dick. Like that is pretty much it. Like that's like the two things. Oh well, and then this, like, which is like
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
kind of a middle ground.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, so
yeah,
1% Steam, 1% Twitch, 98% porn.
yes, yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting because I never really thought about the overall Steam user base. I've
Yeah.
obviously thought about video game per video game, what the user base is and how that looks,
Hmm.
you know, but I never thought about like overall on Steam. And they've just been straight crushing it now. Now that the rest, well, a bunch, what? It made you giggle.
Savage sitting here and all of a sudden is like, Cool's not wearing pants.
I am in fact wearing pants. Thank you very much. This is part of my 1%. Got beer check, got Twitch up check, got porn up check. Yes, exactly. That is exactly correct.
Uh,
But like it is interesting to, and man, could you imagine? Get in front of the camera, prove it. Pixar didn't happen. Could you imagine? Like, think, okay, let's talk wiener stuff around the world. How many fucking people get a home PC and are finally like, oh my god, look how big these boobies are? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the screen versus the size of your like phone screen. It's gonna be a world of difference, you know? Fucking VR sales are gonna go up fucking like crazy like soon.
my thumb isn't covering up all the good bits.
Right, exactly. Like I can't hear half of it because it's in my palm, you know. Yeah, I think that's gonna be like the next thing that we'll see. Like, man, VR fucking porno has gone up like hundreds of fucking thousands.
Would not doubt that, to be honest.
I would not either. That is just the human nature. We're all a bunch of fucking monkeys, and those are pretty much our entertainment. Touching myself. That's it. Those are the two main concerns. And then afterwards, food, sleep. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
Ah.
Mm.
I like when we turned that one around too.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I've been kind of holding off on this one. I don't want to talk about this one because it's not good. But there's no way to not at least acknowledge that this happened. He was huge in early EA Sports. Just by the simple fact of he had his name on their football line. Obviously, by this point, you guys should know we're talking about John Madden.
Brian FIFA? It wasn't about Brian FIFA?
No, sorry.
Dave FIFA?
No. Unfortunately, he passed away last Wednesday, actually. A day after our last show. So,
yeah.
Seems like everything happens the day after our show.
Yeah, you greedy son of a bitch, Madden. You couldn't have died on Tuesday, you bastard.
But no, unfortunately, he passed away last Wednesday. He was 85. And it sucks. I have a feeling the franchise is still going to go on for quite a while.
So that's an interesting thing. That's kind of what I would like to talk about. Because
Okay.
Jake and I were talking about this a little bit too. Also, I would like to give the biggest shout out to Betty White. You know what? The girls are fucking all together. Good to go.
2 weeks short of 100.
Dude, I know. And 1 day short of literally making it to fucking fucking the universe. Anyways.
And she was older than sliced bread.
Dude, legitimately. She legitimately was. She legitimately was.
Yep.
And also was one of the fucking funniest, coolest human being of all time.
Yes.
4 or 5 months after she was born.
Yeah. So let's go back to the Madden thing.
Yeah.
So Jake and I were having a conversation about this Madden thing. Now, the first thing that I think is the same thing. Will they keep making it Madden even though he's gone? Or will they find some other newer, hotter coach to put that label on? There's a couple of like caveats to think about here first. One, now that he's gone, that his whole his personal dragon horde is going to be going to his family or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Which means they are going to own the legal rights to his name, his likeness, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if they want to keep going with that deal, they certainly could. Or they could say, EA, fuck you. We're not doing this, that's just not appropriate, whatever.
Mhm.
Or they could say, sure, you can keep doing Madden if you give us, I'm going to pick a number, $7 more. And EA could go, fuck your $7 more. We will find a new coach. This happened with Tiger Woods when the Tiger Woods shit blew up.
Yep.
They kicked Tiger Woods off of his own goddamn game and made it Rory McIlroy. So there's a lot of if and or buts here.
Yeah.
But, double butt with a side of butt, there is the legacy, right?
Mhm.
Madden has been around since what?
Oh,
92?
yeah,
92?
easily.
I think it was the first one. So yeah, Google it. So it's the, hey, when you get a cut on your finger, what do you put on your finger to stop that bleeding?
That'd be a Band-Aid.
You are right, but it's actually not a Band-Aid. It's an adhesive medical strip. Band-Aid is the company. And
True.
we have such a brand recognition of that we all call them fucking Band-Aids. Maybe in fucking England it's Lift Aids, or I don't know, fucking Torch Aids or something. That sounds like a bad disease.
Torch Aids.
What's the fucking difference between a fucking flashlight and okay? You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
All right. So I don't know. Do you leave the brand recognition for Pop-Tarts and Oreos? Right. Same issue. Like, you have now made a brand that is synonymous with this thing. What would I like, really? So the next Madden is coming out next year, and I'm like, hey, are you gonna play Football Guide 2023? No, you're probably gonna still say Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like, in all honesty, because it's instant. It's like FIFA. It's an instantly recognizable name brand because of that. So I think this is an interesting thought experiment to see where EA goes from it. And you know what the worst part is? No matter what happens, we're never going to get the information because EA is a real fucking clam with their info,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. If it was me, I would say do one more and call it Madden Definitive for 23. Well, I guess not 23. Maybe 23. And then after that, say publicly, hey, look, we love John Madden. John Madden you could argue that John Madden made EA what it is.
Yeah, you could. Very easily.
Right? That's not even a fucking hard discussion.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That's what I would do. I would say this is the definitive Madden, and then we're gonna find somebody else. The problem is, how the fuck do you do that? Where would you start?
Yeah. Especially considering the simple fact of quick little note here we're questioning earlier. Madden NFL originated in 1989 as John Madden Football, a computer software title for the Apple II. The franchise was popularized with a move to the Sega Genesis console in 90 and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 91. The game was changed to Madden NFL in 93.
Damn. So actually, technically, wait, does that mean I'm right? Because didn't I say 93 was
92, 93, somewhere in there? But yeah,
okay,
I mean, still, you look at it, that's 30 years.
Right. That's a legacy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck, man. I know that in my pathetic ass life, there ain't gonna be some shit that's based around me, my dumb fat face, the way that I sound. Dude, he was announcing that game well into his 70s.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, that guy. And again, this is from a dude who worked on sports titles, but really doesn't have a love for fucking football. But I respect the fucking career of John Madden, man. That dude fucking made sports football at the very least. But really, in all honesty, since he's the first one I can think of, maybe Wayne Gretzky, but that was 95. And then obviously Jordan, but Jordan and Bird, that was kind of a short-lived thing.
Yep.
Dude, Madden has been around that long. Like my entire adult life. That's crazy town.
Easily, yeah. Weird thing happened. Bought the game from Humble. Then they said that they didn't have keys available after they took the money in the sale. Wow, that's. I would expect that from like some other kind of online key selling sites, but Humble, wow, that's Humble Bundle is not one I would expect from that.
Say that one more time.
Weird thing happened when I bought a game from Humble, saying they didn't have keys available after they took the money in a sale. That's what Blues just said.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a little unusual for Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
Because they're like known for doing a lot of, hey, you pay X amount and X minus Y, and Y basically just covers a little bit.
Sure.
The rest of it is going charity.
Sure. But I mean, dude, again, John Madden's family ain't going fucking hungry any goddamn time soon.
No.
Every one of his fucking great grandkids are eating. Like, dude, that guy's been getting paid by not only the NFL, but also EA for 30 fucking years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that dude is getting paid. Everyone in that family. Like, you gotta be impressed. Like, you just gotta be impressed. Like, that's just good shit. Like, so I don't know. And by the way, 85, man, come on, that's about where I want to. Like, I kind of want to tap out at 75. I'm already at like 43 almost, and I'm like, ugh, I'm kind of done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so 85 is, you lived a long ass life. You left a fucking great fucking legacy. Fucking good on you. As a matter of fact, here's one for you. Appreciate you, John Madden. We literally fucking knew that entire fucking sport because of you. Yeah, it's super interesting.
Yeah.
See, we made that into something fun.
Yeah.
That's more of a celebration of life kind of concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what EA is gonna do with that, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you know what the funny thing is? Not to bring this back up, but kind of bring this back up. You know the sales, when they changed from into Rory from
Tiger Woods
sales, it plummeted.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
When you have a voice like that, you know, man, drunk Alex wants to be something. All right, drunk Alex is gonna say something, and I don't care. I don't give a shit what that guy did with his dick. He's still awesome, and literally, he made an amazing career. And I don't think it's fair that like fucking EA was like, "Wow, he cheated on his wife. Take that series away from him." Who gives a shit? Like, you know, I get where you were saying it from, like on a political stance. I get that, but like, come on, man, Jesus Christ, what were you his wife? No, okay, I could expect that we lose one sale. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's clearly not going to buy that next year. But everyone went, Rory? This fucking boring ass white bread milk toast motherfucker? Like, find another fucking dude. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So this is what my thought is because of that, they might not change the Madden name for a very long time. Like, they might just go, hey, if the family wants fucking an extra, whatever, 100 grand, like, here, take it. Because that shit in their opinion, if I had to guess, is going to be like, fuck it, just it's Madden forever kind of a thing.
True.
All right, quick cut to another fucking segment before I say something funny.
Blue, to answer your question, as far as any talk about new gaming GPUs, because apparently Nvidia just dropped a whole bunch more.
I'd like to talk about that.
Okay, I didn't personally look into it, but yeah, go for it.
So yes, not only just GPUs and not only just them, the new CPU chips just all kind of got announced all at one big chunk. The Radeon got announced, and they're having two new ones, and the 3090 and the 3090 Ti something.
TI.
Yeah, TI.
Mhm.
They still have not announced prices yet. But okay, it's kind of to be expected because this is like a tech announcement. Um, the real end all be all of the conversation is still the supply and demand problem
Mm.
that is going on right now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't Blue, how much fucking spare cash do you have sitting around? Like, if they're like, hey, this new one's coming out and it's fucking $15,000, you can be like, sick, purchase day one. No, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not sitting that large. You might be, but I'm not. I'm sitting at fucking Hostess fucking cupcake money. So I don't know. It's cool. I looked at some of the specs for it. Good stuff. The integrated i9 card looks pretty crazy. But again, dude, who is living that life right now? I upgraded my PC last year now. And I'm still not like, dude, I'd have to fucking regen everything in my PC to like get up to that point.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like cool. Here's the thing. It's a sliding scale, right?
Mhm.
So new one comes out, the fucking upper elite who own diamond mines in fucking South Africa, those dudes are buying that shit. And then every other one gets scaled down money wise so the rest of us plebs can start picking this shit up. The bigger point to me is that I read a couple of months ago. I don't know why I didn't bring this up because I thought this would probably tech bore the shit out of everyone, but um, quite a few graphics card making companies are trying to now make versions of graphics cards. This is fucking weird and almost ironic that don't run graphics. So that they are basically bit mining cards. So that if a miner wants to mine for Bitcoin or you want to put it in a blockchain, I'm getting to boring stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, stop. Or NFTs. All right, I'm done.
They can get one of these graphicless
Yes.
cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they will have the same ish power, but they won't be needing the internal parts that the rest of the fucking world needs, you fucking scumbag, scalper scum. So I'm hoping that this year, more so than this new announcement, I'm hoping that we finally get an announcement from somebody. I don't care if it's Radeon. I don't care who it is, frankly.
Yeah.
Just goes, hey, we're making specific minor cards these are for the boring shit that nobody wants to talk about on this show, except for me and Rich. Um, so,
I
yeah,
I was gonna say I even intentionally glossed over a story
I did too.
dealing with NFTs. I'm like, nope,
I did too.
nope, not this week.
I did too. Which sucks. It sucks that I feel like we're pandering to the limited audience we have because, like, I would assume these dudes would be in there to listen to this, but I get it. It's so boring.
Yes.
And us, like, harping on this over and over again is boring. So just let you guys know, we are trying our best to ignore some information. We're filtering some things. We talk to each other outside of this about these things, by the way.
We
Just
do.
putting that out there, just to save you guys from the boringness. So let's get out of this conversation, and I'm going to pick another one that is actually kind of crazy.
We tend to touch base about 2 to 3 times a week, and then also before the show as far as what we're talking on. So, yeah, we try to eliminate all this crap.
Trying our best to not bore you guys to absolute fucking tears. So wow, that's funny because I basically only have boring shit left. Wow, that sucks. Wait, I have one more funny one. Do we want to do one more funny one, or do we want to interject something boring? I feel like I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got 2 left.
Okay, I got 4. One that's fun, and then some interesting stuff, and then one that's just straight up boring. So it's up to you.
Oh, gee, thanks. Go with one of the ones that are just like regular. Yeah, the interesting.
Okay. Interesting, I can do. I can do interesting international affairs. How about that? So, as you all know, I very much like the entirety of the process of video gaming. And I really like what happens in international video gaming. So here's the first part of this. And I'm going to do this the best way that I can. On December 25th this year, Reports went around the internet that the Steam storefront community pages were not accessible in China. So it looked like there was some intermittent, sometimes not loading, sometimes loading slowly. Game developer on his personal page, on his Twitter page, he claimed that they were seeing interference by misusing technology called server name indication (SNI) detection. This basically means it can kind of fuck with Steam. So there is a Steam in China. Let's start there. There is a Steam in China, but it's actually called Steam China. The difference between what we have here on Steam is it's just Steam. It's just Valve shit, whatever. Steam China is filtered through an organization called the NPPA. Those are games that are basically allowed by the government to be sold legally within the country. However, through a little bit of tricksy shit, little VPN action, that kind of thing, users in China can access normal Steam. Obviously, if you have a VPN, your VPN tells, Steam you're logging in from wherever, South Korea. Sure, I'm just picking a place. So, interestingly, the shitty fucking one that you have to go through the VPN starts slowing down badly. In fact, to the point where some people can't have access to games. They can't download new games. They can't access stuff. So this is where I started fucking going, okay. So this is what the guy David Franks, who did the investigation into the interference with the SNI, this has been known to happen when China doesn't give a shit enough to just block something. So say it's a website about I don't know, USA is great. China will just block that shit, and there is no list of that. There is no list of what they are doing, what they are shutting off from your internet. It will just come up as file not found, right? So if you put in, yeah. So, but if China cares a little bit, but not enough to make it a whole fucking thing, they have been known in the past to do this, where they will interfere with the site, basically almost like a DDoS attack, where they'll slow it to the point where users basically just go, fuck it, I'm not even going to deal with it, I don't care, I guess it's not up or whatever. So it's basically like a form of plausible deniability, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Where they aren't directly stopping anything, but they're slowing it down to a point where somebody would go, you know what? This has been loading for 5 minutes. Fuck it. I'm just going to close. I don't give a shit. Super fucking interesting. Super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because people have been wondering for a couple of months now, how long this access to regular Steam is going to be before it gets banned, before they just force everyone to only use Steam China.
Interesting. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Especially considering how restrictive they can wind up being, especially to outside information sources, all of that. Honestly, I would not be surprised if next week we're sitting here saying that, we talked about this last week and now people can't.
So I have a second part to this conversation that I would like to enjoy with y'all. I already lost another person. Shocking, dude. It's like fucking nobody fucking it's so, I get it. I really do. I do. We're like the most boring fucking, this is like watching the news for specifically video games. And some people are just like,
how dare you not talk about video games?
When's the new Sonic coming out? I don't give a shit. It's like, God damn, dude. Don't you want to hear about the issues? No. All right. Well, I'll quietly go fuck myself then.
Yeah.
But you know what? Fuck that. I think that all of us should be informed, and I think that we should be.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the second part to this. Boop boop boop. So you remember that NPPA that I mentioned earlier?
Yep.
The guys who literally say, "Okay, you have made a game. You may now sell it in China."
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So came out about 3 days ago that the South China Morning Press noted that the National Press and Publication Administration, the NPPA, has not released a new list of approved games since July of 2021.
Oof.
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah. That would also very much coincide with another article I saw, but I didn't have enough time to look into, which was how apparently 14,000. I forget if it was people or development studios. Okay, yeah.
Studios.
Have
14,000
shut down.
studios have gone under
Yeah.
because of this.
Oof.
So the NPPA in China are the ones that say you can fucking sell this in China. I will try to do this with an analogy and or metaphor, depending on which is correct. I don't remember. To try to help you guys explain this. I have a farm. I have grown an apple. This apple I would like to sell in China. I have to go to a board and they have to look at the apple and then go, okay, this apple is good enough in our standards to be sold to the Chinese public. Bam. That is what the NPPA does. Now we'll put that to the metaphor part. I have made a video game. I would like this to be sold. If no one is putting out yes or no's, I cannot legally sell that in any Chinese marketplace, which means all of the time that we have spent and money to develop this game is not reproducing any money back.
Yep.
There. Okay. So now we're all on the same page. The crazy part is 14,000 companies, Chinese companies, have gone belly up because on average, the NPPA usually approves 80 to 100 titles a month.
Wow.
So since July 2021, they have approved 0. Do the fucking math. 6, 7 months times even 80, right?
Yep.
8 times 7, 42, 40. So 420 games have been produced, been sitting in line, basically rotten apple at this point. Nothing has gotten done.
Yep.
The last time this happened was in 2018, and the longest it was 4 months.
Oof.
This is now the longest the NPPA has gone without saying anything to these production companies also, and the people. The people don't know because it hasn't gone through this fucking system.
Right, right.
And FYI, there is still no update to when the NPPA is going to start up again.
Oof. That's yeah. That just sucks.
Dude, if there's only one person working at each company, that means 14,000 people just went out of a job.
Yep.
Only one, which I guarantee is not the case.
Oh yeah. There's I would say probably at least I'm gonna ballpark and say at least 100.
Dude, I own a fucking small video game company. There was still 5 of us.
Yeah, true.
You know? That's a small ass fucking independent studio. I had 4 employees, not counting me. So.
I'm usually when I'm thinking studio, I'm also thinking bigger titled games.
Right.
That region of the world, they're known for mobile games.
Sure.
For lots and lots of mobile games. So realistically, it could be like a 5-person team. Yeah.
Right. But some of them could be 100 people team.
Yeah, that's
you know
true
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So here's the other fucking thing that fucking kind of chaps my ass. So in a weird way, doesn't this make sense? Recently, how many times we talked about Tencent picking up companies.
Yep. We just talked about that last week.
That's right. Do you know why they would be doing that?
I would assume part of the reason why they're doing that is so that they can then get that into...
They can loophole it.
Yeah.
It's not made in fucking China. They get the money internationally. That's the loophole.
Yeah.
So you buy companies internationally that can still produce their games and publish them internationally. They don't fucking care. They're like, whatever, dude. Okay, you don't want to fucking NPPA doesn't, they're just shutting down. Fuck you. We're just going to buy other companies around the world, and that's how we get our money. Brilliant strategy. It's a brilliant, that's a workaround if I ever fucking seen one.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
Fucked up, dude.
Yep, and also, as far as the estimate, you said between 80 and 100 games a month is what they approve. That's just what they approve, not even the amount
that's
that they
line.
review.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. That's like saying, okay, only 15 people get on this roller coaster ride per run. Mm-hmm. That doesn't count the 300 people waiting in line.
Yep, exactly.
Dude, what the fuck, man? Crazy town, USA.
Yeah.
Crazy town. I find this to be like literally actually fascinating. I know that makes me probably the dorkiest person on the planet, but fuck that. I don't give a shit. Yeah, dude, so crazy, dude. So crazy.
Oh, God, yeah. And as far as this making you very interested in it, thus making you the dorkiest person on the planet, no, that would be if this also involved NFTs and you being interested in it. Then you'd be the dorkiest person on the planet.
Okay. Well, you know what, Rich? I thought we were supposed to be friends. You shouldn't bring up shit like that. Like, rude. Good God. Are we friends here? We're all on the same page. Okay, this is like we should be like this. This should be Smarter Than AI, the dorkiest podcast is what this should be. It should be a new sub branch within my like fucking shit. I just think that like it's really, really crazy because we live in this ultra capitalist fucking almost dystopian nightmare. They live on the other side of that coin. Mm-hmm. Where it's the communist dystopian fucking side. And I find it fucking fascinating to like I bitch constantly, like tinfoil hat, like fucking blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, I mean, I don't know, both seem kind of shit. Like it's like not even a grass is greener situation. Like this is just shit all around. It's either I get raped and thrown off a building or apparently my game doesn't come out and then I'm just fucking pouring in the streets. Hey man, I'll let you download this game for $3. Please help me out. Like,
either way, not in a good spot. No, yeah.
I don't know. Let me make sure I got all the rest of that. Yeah, no, I got it all. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that I got it all. Damn, so crazy, dude. Also, appreciate where you are no matter where you are, because seriously, it could be worse no matter where you are.
Very true. Very true indeed. It could be a hell of a lot worse everywhere.
Yep. Okay, go for it.
Alrighty.
I'm going to listen for the beginning part, but then I'm going to take a slash, because I just want to know what we're talking about.
Roblox.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm good. I'm going to go take a slash. I'll be right back. Got a whole thing about that.
Yes. Okay. Roblox is a very blocky, I don't even know what to call it really. It's a weird sort of metaverse game where you can create games that other people can play, yada yada, all sorts of weird stuff going on in there. The CEO decided that hey, he's going to go take advantage of certain legal things, thus not paying taxes on what was it? They didn't say the exact amount. That sucks. Okay. Well, I would assume it's somewhere between $50 and $10 million because needless to say, those are the figures quoted for the qualified small business stock exemption, which was launched back in 93. Now, the whole purpose of this thing was to effectively generate growth in small businesses. Downfall is a lot of bigger company CEOs are taking advantage of this loophole in various tax code to not pay taxes on asinine amounts of money, or at least asinine to you and me. Basically, the CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki, I don't even know how to pronounce the last name.
Yeah,
Baszucki, yeah. Bazzuki, or CKI. Apparently, he's been either this past year, or for probably some long amount of time, he's been not paying taxes, and it sucks because he's been using these loopholes. Shocking.
So, did you explain what the qualified small business stock is, or man, my God,
what it was supposed to be?
Yes.
Yes.
We are such a niche show. Like, we're like the in between of people who like video gaming and also like financial stuff. Like, so like our in between has got to be like fucking nobody. Like, nobody gives a shit about this but us. So the qualified small business stock, it launched in 1993, and it qualified small business stock to cover $50 million that cannot be taxed. And weirdly enough, even though this is exactly why, at that exact time, Disney was buying a hockey team, a little known hockey team called the Ducks, for $50 million. So this $50 million fucking amount was basically so that Disney couldn't claim themselves as a small fucking business, which would be fucking unbelievably stupid. He got up like an old man. Basically what this exemption means, it basically means that it shields a startup company from tax bullshit, right?
Yeah. The startup company and their investors, yes.
Right. Which good stuff. Now, $50 million seems like a pretty fucking high bar for me. I would have been like 25 million seems plenty, but
but
apparently 50 million. The founder, Dave Bazinski, here's the problem. Here's the actual loophole. The loophole is you can clone that exact same claim infinitely. Which means you can clone that tax exempt status if you give away less than $50 million in stock to people who are basically in your circle. This is what the fucking mafia did, FYI. I don't own that business. Fucking my wife does. I don't own that business. My cousin does. This is verbatim what the mafia did. Which is also why we made the RICO rule, FYI. But, I don't want to get into that fucking whole thing. Otherwise, I'll be here for another 200 hours.
We'll be paying for viewers.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like we always do. But he has cloned it multiple times to the point of 13 times.
Oof.
This includes his wife, his 4 children, and various other relatives. So he has cloned this tax shelter 13 times. Currently, as of fucking when is this? The 21st of March, Roblox is valued at $45 billion with a B.
Jeez.
What the fuck, man? Who is making these laws in this country? I feel like if I was smarter, I could have been. No. If I was shittier, I could have been so rich. I could have been so rich. You just basically walk around this shit. Like,
shittier and shadier. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Like, unfucking believable, man. Unfucking believable.
But yeah, needless to say, shock and amaze, CEO of rich company does shitty stuff.
And pays $0 to the rest of us for, I don't know, school, fucking, I don't know, what else does fucking everything in this country need? Fucking feeding programs, right? Like how about healthcare? How about any of that shit? Like, dude, seriously, goddamn, we are the leftist fucking video game podcast of all time. But it's not our fault. Like, what? Because we look into it and we are like sane, cool people that like we're like, doesn't this seem fucked up? Guys made fucking $45 billion. $45 billion. Motherfuckers not paying taxes 13 times over. Actually, you know what? Just out of sheer fucking curiosity, I'm gonna do the math.
13 times over, that'd be 650,000 or 650 million that he's sheltering.
Right. That literally he's not paying any taxes on.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Hopefully that dude goes. He's gonna go to space sometime soon, so we'll have that to watch.
That's assuming he's sheltering the maximum amount of 50 million as well. Which
I'm sure like a smart person, it's probably
49,999,999.99
99 cents.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah.
And that fucking accountant is like, cha-ching. Like, God damn,
hey, can you include me in your shelter, please?
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I'm sure, like, oh God, no, it's not him. It's his accountant's fucking midwife or something. Like,
yeah, exactly.
God damn, dude. Oh God. I kind of love this show because like no one would ever care about it, like except for us, who are literally like, "What the fuck? This is bullshit." Like
we're like the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No one watches the Spanish Inquisition for longer than 5 minutes. Once they start talking about the NFTs, it's like, all right. And I didn't even and the one that you were talking about, by the way, was Square Enix. Which I would just, I'm not gonna, no, fuck that. I want to at least say what happened.
Okay.
On the 1st of January, I did not take notes on it, so I'm gonna paraphrase just to make you fucking a little bit faster. On January 1st, Square Enix had their big like investor and public facing, hey, this is like what's gonna happen with us. They basically also went, yeah, dude, NFTs, fucking chain block. Yep, that is the way of the future. And this article that I read was looking at the reaction in Japan, not just here in America. It was a little different. I was actually surprised. The majority was still like, what the fuck? But there was definitely some people who were like, this could be interesting. I'm like, okay, I don't think you're very forward thinking. So just putting it out there, just expect this next year and then come back to this particular episode or 15 prior of one of our shows and go, man, those dudes called that shit. They called that shit so hard. Like, we have been calling this for 2 months now, 3.
Oh, easily.
Just know that's coming. We're all fucked and it's gonna, and by the way, blockchain gaming is so fucking slow. All right, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm now done. For about the next 15 minutes. Goddamn.
It's also you, by the way.
Me. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my last one.
Okay.
Logan Paul. We all know this fucking absolute shitlord, right? Logan Paul, if you don't know, absolute scumbag of a human being. Like literally, absolutely. Actually, you know what? The Paul family. All dirtbags, all fucking money hungry hoes that are just completely corrupting and shitting all over fucking tiny kids, which I feel bad about. But, you know, Paul gang, whatever. Anyways, he's this fucking multi-bajillionaire fucking YouTube douchebag. He was the guy who went to the Japanese forest and put up a video of seeing a person who hung themselves. That's him, if you remember that from a couple years ago.
Yep.
Not that stopped him. Or the guy who also fought Floyd Mayweather semi-recently. Same guy. Real piece of shit. Recently, he encased 15 Game Boy Colors in resin to make a Pokemon tabletop, and people are pissed off.
Yep.
Now, I will not fucking... I hate that I have this opinion, but I will say this. if this was not Logan Paul, I don't think this would be nearly as much of a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally agree with
Like,
you on
that. Dude, Logan Paul's a piece of shit human being, and that's why people are pissed off. But they're kind of focusing it on Game Boy Colors being encased in resin. And like, it's not like Game Boy Colors, like, you can buy one on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now. Like,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
eBay,
yeah.
like, for
Yeah.
not like crazy prices. So I kind of feel like this is more at him than it is the act, because it, like, I don't know. I mean, like, and I don't also want to fucking do this, but I will. It lights up. The table lights up. It does 3 different colors. It actually kind of looks sick, to be honest, in my opinion. It actually, the table looks kind of sick. Does that excuse him as a human? Fuck no. He's a piece of garbage.
Yes.
But I think that this is more about the guy who did it. If it was the gaming historian or AVGN or Maddie McMuscles, they'd be like, oh, cool. This is like a guy who's trying to, like, you know, keep gaming history in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's Logan Paul, motherfuckers are like, fuck that dude.
Yep.
It's not like he bought up the entire world's supply. He bought 15 fucking, like,
Oh, yeah.
15.
Yeah.
How much, like, on average? Like,
I saw the video of him making this too, and to be honest, as much as I hate to say it, it really looks like he did a shit job.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's just a giant square resin block with the 15 Game Boy Colors in it, a metal frame outside of that, which is like 3-4 inches wide, with 1/2 painted red, 1/2 painted white. And that's it. As far as I can tell, that's the only detail that is Pokemon on it. Is half of it's red, half of it's white.
And it lights up the different colors.
Okay, well, I didn't remember. I didn't see anything on the color lighting up and like that. So maybe.
But I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, I literally just went to eBay and I just put in Game Boy Color, $129 for the Pikachu edition, $57 for just a fucking purple one, $219, $56. Like, these aren't fucking, like, rare things. He's not doing this to Nintendo World Championship carts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I hate that person. Like, fuck him. Fuck him as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. 15 of these, dude, here's $76 and there's 8 games with it. Like, here's one of the fucking see-throughs for $56. Like, these aren't fucking rare. And there was actually I saw in the actual in-depth fucking secondary article, it was like, yeah, actually, if you cover something in resin and then you just chip it out, it would still work.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like fucking ruining the shit either. It's just in Logan Paul's hands. So maybe when the fucking bourgeoisie get taken down, those particular 15 will end up being millions of dollars. It's like, hey, we took this out of fucking his house after we fucking killed him and put his head on a pike. That would be awesome. Like, you know. Okay, yeah, I went real hard that way.
But I will say this, though. At that point, though, the only reason why it would be of value is because effectively he touched it in some way. And then it's
we murdered him.
And then it's like, okay, great. So it's then somehow confirming that he added value to it?
No. But his death did. Like, once we put his head on a pike, I mean, like, think about it that way. Like, you know, all this, I mean, we always apply monetary value to art based on our perceptions or what history has placed on that art.
Yeah.
Think about anything that was reclaimed after World War II from Nazi bunkers and shit. All of those paintings went skyrocketing. And if we killed Logan Paul and we put his head on a pike, yeah, those 15 Game Boy Colors would end up being ridiculously expensive. Because I would be like, if I had that money, I'd be like, fuck yeah, after we killed him, this was drenched in his blood, actually. It doesn't work anymore, but it was drenched in his personal blood. Like, you know, like...
in his personal blood as opposed to his non-personal blood.
Well, dude, I mean, a guy like that might have like a layer of like I don't know virgins or something with like that big bath. Like I don't know, like fucking multimillionaires. Like I got no idea what they do, but just putting it out there. But I think this is 100% a case of like fucking the internet just flipping out more about the person than the action. Dude, when he fucking posted that video of the dude hanging in fucking the base of Mount Fuji, that made sense.
Yeah.
Like that's a fucked up thing to do. This is 15 Game Boy Colors. I'm Alex Quino, and I normally would be like, yeah. But I'm like, I can't get a torch for this one. Like, there's no, like, I can't get behind this particular. I don't give a shit. Like, it's 15 Game Boy Colors. I probably, personally, have trashed 2 myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, throughout the years. Like, so, I don't know. Just putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that's the last news part.
Well, last one you've got. I've got one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Although mine's about 2 seconds long.
Okay, go for it.
Well, the good news is it's the new year, which being the new year also means GDQ has an event coming up. Matter of fact, this coming Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time is when the winter GDQ, I believe it's AGDQ, goes live. Yes, AGDQ 22. It's going to start on September. Wow. January 9th at 11:30 a.m. is when the pre-show starts. And the first game up at noon is Neo 2. Any percent.
Really?
Yeah, any percent featherless. I have no clue as to what that means, so don't bother asking me. And it's going to be on the PS5.
Okay.
As far as I know, this is a virtual event. So effectively, it's still COVID and all that.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But that does suck.
Yeah, it does suck. But yeah, we will eventually get back to in-person conventions and events and things.
As long
like
as we all obey the fucking rules.
Exactly. But we have to get things safe first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. This is going to be, and actually, apparently, the guy that's running Neo 2, which is the first up, he's also running the next game after. No, that's the announcer. My bad. No, it is the runner. He's
doing 2 in a row?
He's in the pre-show. He's the runner in Neo 2, and he's the runner in Metroid Prime Hunters.
Ooh, cool.
No, that can't be right. That's... Okay, no, what? They got their thing a little messed up from normal, I guess.
You know what we should do? I wonder, do you know if they have restreaming issues or if they don't care?
That I don't know.
Me either. Because it could be fun if like you and I like watch one
and comment
and we watch together. Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
If it was like a game we both had interest in, like that could be fun.
I will try reaching out to them and see what sort of feedback I get. Being that it's like less than a week away, I doubt I'll get an answer for this GDQ.
Maybe we could Google it.
Maybe. But at the very least, it's also something to keep in mind for SGDQ coming up in July, August, sometime then. So yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of events have that, like you can Google the info. Like, so I've streamed a couple of things while I'm watching. Not that anybody usually cares, but it's fun. Like, because I like all these things. I like fucking, dude. I stream Valorant sometimes when I'm watching the fucking pros and stuff. Because Riot doesn't give a shit. They're like, hey, thanks for the fucking free publicity, which is basically what everybody should fucking do. FYI, companies who are out there
looking at you, Nintendo.
yeah, and pretty much everybody else. It's free publicity. You know, if a big streamer like Shroud, literally, so the finals were on 4 weeks ago. Shroud was streaming the Valorant finals as well. The Valorant channel was at like 76 to 120 at the end. Shroud was always sitting at like 27,000 people. So he was throwing another 25K viewership just by watching it.
Yeah.
That's great advertisement, you know?
Oh,
And he's
oh
not
God, yeah.
skipping the ads or anything, so he's just sitting there and like
Yep.
fucking enjoying it like the rest of us. Like,
Yep. By the way, this is also the GDQ that I remember we mentioned this way back when. It was probably like in end of September or October, sometime there. They said that yes, we do have a Sekiro blindfolded run.
ooh, man, I'm gonna watch that.
Because
That is
I
gonna be,
remember we talked about it on the show.
yep. Because it's either gonna be amazing
Or it's gonna suck.
or
Yeah.
one of the worst things of all time. And
Yeah.
either way, totally entertainment. Like,
Yep.
totally entertainment.
That is Friday at approximately 6 p.m. Eastern time. I say approximately because it's Friday, which is the very end of the marathon.
Yeah,
So.
and that always is kind of
Yeah.
I actually
no.
I know what?
Sorry, Saturday.
Okay. And I said this last time we were talking about GDQ. I actually love watching the 3 a.m. shit. Like
Yeah.
the games that like fucking nobody gives a shit about, like that there's like when it's, you know, hosted like there's like fucking the people who came with the runner, and then like I don't know, 12 people, and they're like, I
Yep.
love them. Like
Mhm.
those are some of my favorite runs. Those are always enjoyable for me to watch, because they're weird games that I usually would never fucking play or know that there's a community who speed runs this shit, you know?
Yep.
Like I find that to be really, really fun.
Like Mayhem in Single Valley.
Like
Who
Mayhem
knew?
is life.
There's a speedrun community for it.
Well, not just you anymore.
Well, there's actually other people running it?
That's what I asked you earlier today. You said yeah.
As far as I know, there's only me on the leaderboard.
Oh no shit. All right.
Yeah. Let me just quick pull this up just out of curiosity here.
Now I'm a little worried.
No, it's not that I'm worried. I'm just like curious. Yeah, one runner. Okay.
All right.
So, oh well.
Well, good. So when you're on at 4 a.m. and you're there in person, either I will be there with you, or actually, no, I'm totally gonna be there with you. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm your guy. I'm your guy on the couch.
Yeah,
Like,
hell yeah.
100% guy on the couch.
Hell yeah.
Um,
At the very least, you
yeah.
can add color commentary, even if you know
Fuck,
nothing about
yeah.
the game.
No, I mean, I've already watched you play it a bunch.
I know.
I actually think, no, I wouldn't go that far, but I've seen that game completed like a couple times, in different segments. I don't always want to be like, hey, what's going on? I feel like that's weird. Even though I usually do. Oh, fuck that. Like, come on, like I'm just sit in your chat and like not be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Fuck that. But sometimes, you know, when I lurk, like when I'm like, I'm just giving him, like, oh, fuck it. What a good friend.
Mm-hmm. I know the feeling though, as far as wanting to just lurk and like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to like hear your friends fucking like do the thing.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, we have 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to talk about the games that we most enjoyed? We have 30 minutes. I think this is a great fucking way to topic into this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as games we've most enjoyed over this past year, doesn't necessarily have to mean that it came out this past year either. So it could be like, just pulling games out of off the top of my head here, Chrono Trigger. That fucking came out in the 90s.
Right.
So,
but if you played it this year and you enjoyed it a bunch, that's the conversation I'd like to have.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go first?
Okay. I'm kind of cheating by looking down my game collection.
I'm legitimately like on stream. I'm pulling this down and I'm going to just look at my fucking dashboard and come back into the fucking like. So you're good.
Okay. I kind of have to talk about it a little bit just because I'm actually speedrunning it. Mayhem in Single Valley is actually, it's fun because it's completely and totally off the wall quirkiness. It breaks the fourth wall. It's serious one moment and then oh, I'm being controlled by some foreign force. And it's like, okay, where's the story of this going? So it's definitely interesting. Most of this year I played Destiny 2. Well, did you like it, Savage? I'm assuming, seeing how you played it most of the year, you liked it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, Savage, come on, man. Good lord. Like, come on, man. I see you playing other games.
True. I've seen him play other games too.
I think the thing that I like about Mayhem is it reminds me of a pixel art version of Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah, very much
With
so.
that irreverence, that like silliness, the fact that like it's actually, you know what else it kind of reminds me of in a weird fucking way? Costume Quest. Like
Mhm.
where it's about kids and it's like just this like kind of inside their own minds thing. Like I that's kind of why I like that, like irreverence. And it's like why everyone likes Goonies still,
Yeah, very
you
much
know,
so.
after all these years. Like, you know, it like it's just cute, like it's just cool and cute.
Hmm. Very much
It,
so.
and with more, what's the other one? The Brutal game, the one, shit, I really wish I could remember the name of that. Fuck. Um, anyways, um, the I like the idea of that game. It's got like loose threads. Like you can sequence break. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's cool, man. Like it's cool that somebody would go out of their way. Shit, didn't you say that they responded to one of your tweets?
The developers of Mayhem, yeah, oh hell yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah, that's
also in their
great.
Discord, and they're like, "Holy shit!" I told them I was speed running it, and gave them. Actually, I also gave them suggestions as far as for like some features in regards to stat tracking for
Sure.
speedrunners to use. Like, oh hey, for as an example, 100%. You've got tons of stuff to keep track of, like uh, the music cassettes, the bathers. Did you help them all out? All the collectibles, all of that, everything. So it's like there's a lot of numbers to keep track of there. Yes, we can just manually keep track of them, but then it's also like, what
Had
if?
one UI screen.
Yeah, have one little UI screen, or just have like little tickers down here in the bottom
Sure.
corner, and just have it tally them up as you go. So it's like, okay, because Dendara does that as well. Is it tracks your item and your room percentage.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And Blue says it was sexy brutal.
thank you, Blue. Thank you. Yes, Sexy Brutal. That game is fucking awesome. Does have a speedrunning community though. But yeah, I love that fucking game.
I was gonna say
Because
you
again,
you almost make that sound like it's a bad thing.
no, it's just it's such a weird, obscure game, and I just genuinely loved it. And it was the same kind of thing where it reminded me of all those like previous titles that I was mentioning, and I just really love it. Um, I love shit like that because there's so little of that like Tim Schafer esque
Mm.
uh, gaming anymore. Um, and these are all coming from a new school design perspective. So taking that weird shit like fucking Earthbound and all that, and then rubbing some of the sand, like sanding off the edges, and making this really unique, weird, truly fun experiences. Um, damn, they're so good. It's so nice. I know that we're in a deluge of absolute garbage coming out of fucking Steam from indie developers, me being one of them. Um, but I legitimately, you know, you gotta sometimes pan for gold in a fucking pile of shit, and sometimes you will find these real fucking nugget games that are amazing. Not everything is gonna be Undertale and it's gonna pop at the surface and everyone is gonna be able to see it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yep. So what's another game of yours that you've
Ah,
really enjoyed?
and I'm going to drop this down, and I'm gonna pull this back up. So I'm gonna do. Oop, I'm gonna pull that down apparently. Um, I'm gonna do one that I want to talk about because I still do occasionally stream it, and actually, Blue and Savage have shown up. Um, dude, I love Disgaea.
Hmm?
I love the Disgaea series. I just do. Disgaea 5 Complete came out, I believe 2018 was the original. I think the Complete came out this year. I can't remember. But previously, I had only played 4 and 2. And they were both on the PlayStation 2 era. So I had basically missed like this entire. So now I'm playing Disgaea 5. It's okay. I'm going to start off with a little bit of a negative. Storyline isn't quite as good, RPG wise. It's not quite as good. The characters aren't the best, but there are still so many fucking awesome, amazing characters in it. And every system has been honed to this perfect degree. If you like Final Fantasy Tactics, in like if that's a genre you like, dude, oh my god, play a Disgaea game. I don't care which one you pick. I would say either 2, 4, or 5. My god, it is the craziest, most in-depth fucking tactics game of all time. It puts everything else to shame. The amount of attacks, the amount of multi attacks, the amount of fucking team attacks, the amount that every weapon you can go inside of it and then literally fight your way to the top, beat a boss inside of that weapon, and then the weapon gets better. It's insane. At every turn of Disgaea, there's just more. It's like going to a really old house. Wow, holy shit! I had a dude show up and then just bounce. Like that was like it's like 2 seconds. That's how little fucking people give a shit about the series. No, it's fine, man. I don't give a shit because I love that series, and I think anyone who loves tactics would, if they would give it a chance, because it's so fucking deep. It's deep like the Marianas Trench deep. And in 5, it's fully voice acted. The fucking animations are beautiful. The fucking moves are dope as shit. It's just everything. It's a culmination of NCIS just been making. It's like Tekken. Okay, look, Tekken's never, except for maybe 7, has never had like a one where you're like, holy shit, this is like the greatest fighting game of all time. Tekken has just been moving along at a great pace, nothing world changing per the end. But if you hadn't been there since, let's call it Tekken Tag, and then you look at Tekken 7, you're like, holy shit, this is some deep, beautiful gameplay. It's the same thing as Disgaea 5. There we go.
Okay.
Are you looking at it now?
Yes, I am actually. I am actually, because it's currently on sale for 70% off on Steam. Disgaea 5
worth
Complete.
It. Yep, 100% worth it.
Yeah.
100% worth it.
Okay.
And that game is fucking amazing, dude. It is literally amazing. It is. It's and here's the thing. Here's the rub. When a friend of mine showed me the series, it was during the PS2 era, and he had told me, I have put 500 hours into this game. I was like, fuck no. I do not want a game where I can put 500 fucking hours into it. Dude, literally, I bought 2 complete. Let's call it, I don't know, some summer spring sale, one of those 2.
Mhm.
I now have 240 hours in that one. And I just got this one during the fucking winter sale, and I already have 25 hours in it. It's just, if you're into tactics fights on completely fucking, yes, there's a lot of grinding, but there's, every time you get out of a fight, you're like, oh man, I got 3 grand. Okay, who needs what? Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this for that guy. You go to the next fight. You come out. You're like, I have 2 grand. Ooh, and I have a bunch of mana. Shit, I can go up to the fucking assembly, and then maybe I can like offer the assembly some food, and then maybe I can get more counter hits for everyone on this team. Dude, it is the most in-depth game I have ever played. I will say that with no hesitation.
Interesting.
It is the most in-depth, easily the most in-depth tactics, but probably the most in-depth game of all time. Every time you pick at the wallpaper, there is another layer of wallpaper that you have to go through. You will never get to the wall. It's so amazing.
Very
And the
cool.
complete one, by the way, has fucking DLC where you can have the characters from the older ones. So now I can actually play with the dudes from 2, 3, and 4 as playable characters, which is pretty great for me because I kind of love some of those guys. So I haven't done it yet because I'm still trying to make it a little bit of vanilla. But anyways, all right, I'm done.
Okay. Savage says he still loves playing Ark. It's fun and satisfying. Phasmo is awesome.
Yep.
Dead by Daylight is his girlfriend's go-to game of choice. He's also never played a Final Fantasy Tactics game, but that's fine. I mean, tactics games aren't for everybody. I will say that.
I will too.
I am on the fence as far as tactics games go. I do see the appeal of them because it's very easy to have a very long, drawn-out story. Thus, by also adding and in having that long drawn out story, have a very detailed web of smaller stories going on throughout the entire thing.
I think the other thing that I love is I love job classes. Like, and this has job classes, weapon classes, magic classes. Like, this has like fucking fuck you amount of classes. Like, you could make this entire game look like Path to Exile looks like shit if you wanted to. I shit you not. That's the thing that, like, for me, because I love classes. I do. Ever since Final Fantasy Tactics, frankly. It's cool to have a guy who's like start off as a fighter and then you kind of like, all right, pivot. I'm gonna make him into a monk now. Oh, now I'm gonna make him a ninja. And every one of those moves makes new special attacks or new spell abilities, you know, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That's the shit I get fucking rock hard for. Wiener stuff.
For me personally, I do like a lot of like class design kind of stuff. For me, a little bit of the turnoff is where it becomes a thing of I need to start playing spreadsheet the game to like give myself mental notes on everything that I was doing is the only downfall.
So here's the deal. Unlike PoE, where literally they recommend a new player like go to a wiki and just do this. You don't have to do that in Disgaea. You can just kind of do whatever, and it might just mean you basically grind 2 maps one more time. That's it. That's really it. Like there's basically no wrong way to play Disgaea. That's the thing that I'm like the most impressed by. It doesn't matter. You as long as you know the fundamentals of guess what you need? A healer, a mage, a fighty guy, and then it kind of doesn't matter. You can do whatever the fuck you want past that. You can even fucking get monsters in that game. Like, all right, I'm going to put an imp in. All right, cool. I'm going to fucking put in a heretic. Doesn't matter. As long as, like, the base shit is there. What?
All right. Thank you, Celtic, for that sub. I appreciate it a bunch.
Hi,
Thank
Celtic.
you very much, man. Seriously. Yes. The beans are back. Yeah, I know. Great thing to have 13 minutes before the end of the show.
Like diarrhea 45 minutes after the show.
I'm gonna mute myself real fast just so I can spin this and not like make loud clicky noise for you. So, oh dear God, Celtic. Okay, thank you.
2 more?
No, he gave me another one, but thank you very much.
Hey.
So I'm up to 3 now.
That's fine. Well, I'll you go ahead and mute yourself. I'm gonna sing a little bit of praises for my next title. So next title for man, that actually has got some good spinning action now. Next title that I would like to say for 2021 that I appreciated oh so very much. I am gonna have to fucking say Painkiller or Hunt. I'm gonna have to say Hunt. If you guys are into first-person shooters, and you have not played Hunt, the Showdown, you 100% should. Hunt the Showdown is made by the Crysis team. You know, the guys who made Crysis. Shocking, I know. It's a PvE plus PvE game. You are in Louisiana in the 1800s. I played it on the Xbox One a bunch, and now I've obviously shifted over to the fucking PC. Hunt is so fun. It is such a good goddamn game. Now, I'll give it a caveat. It's only really amazing if you can at least get one other person, and the squads max out at 3. So if you got 4 buddies who play first person shooters, yeah, you might have a little bit of a rough time. But Hunt Showdown is fucking amazing. And I'm only saying this because I have this platform right now. Hunt Showdown is so good. If you have it, please play it more because I don't play with you any goddamn day of the week. And if you don't have it, it always goes on sale for like $6. As a matter of fact, I bet right now on the Steam sale, it's probably on sale until tomorrow, like for $6. It's so fun. It's basically, zombie, well, I guess voodoo, 1800s fucking Louisiana. So the guns kind of suck, but it makes your shots matter. So when you get a good fucking shot or you kill a dude who's trying to fucking take your shit, oh my god. There's only a total of, I think, 12 players in a map, so it's not like you get overrun. Hell, you could play that game without ever running into a person if you wanted to. You could just run in, kill some mobs, and run out. But man, the sweet, sweet, juicy cherry inside is when you get at least 1 or 2 other players and you go in and you just kind of fucking learn. There's now 3 maps. There's 4 different boss types. Each one is completely wildly different. You kill one of those motherfuckers, they drop a boss emblem, and then you run the fuck out. It's so good. So that would be another one of mine.
Okay. Interesting. And Celtic says, basically, if it uses Wi-Fi, probably he's not going to be able to play it just because he's about to be living on a ship in the ocean, so most likely no Wi-Fi.
Yikes.
If I remember correctly, he's in the Navy. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Well,
yeah, that's right.
Military, I will say. I don't remember if it's Navy.
Didn't he say the other day that he just got back to his base too?
Barracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't remember. I don't think he said the fine details, but that's fine if he doesn't want to. That's fine.
Yeah. And thank you for doing that. And thanks for coming and hanging out watching our stupid asses.
Yeah. And apparently roasting mine.
What'd you get, by the way?
2 sriracha and a habanero.
All right,
so
not the worst.
Not bad. Yeah. Yeah. Could be a lot worse. Could
26 beans.
Well, it could be the 26. No, 26 was it? Yeah, something like that. All of them being Carolina Reapers. So,
dude, I was thinking the other day that I was gonna buy you a pack of the like Harry Potter ones where there's boogers and grass and shit.
Oh god, my husband did that to me last year.
See, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think that's even funnier because fuck the spice thing. Spice thing is now 2021. Now the new one is making you eat booger flavored shit.
Well, I mean, after all, I did do this and lasted an hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, an hour in the mouth.
Actually, it wasn't that bad the other end.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Oh, good stuff.
I mean,
also, I didn't notice. Yeah, your shirt's really fucking cute, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This was actually from my husband.
That is very cute. Yeah, that's very cute.
Catnip made me do it.
Yeah, that's cute. Do you guys have a cat?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Buddy had passed away. His health was declining. He had some seizures, and he was losing weight so incredibly fast that we took him to the vet one day. They weighed him. We took him to the vet. Literally, I want to say a couple of days later, and he lost like 3 or 4 pounds.
Ooh,
yeah. We basically knew it was time when we went to give him a treat of some whipped cream out of the can, and we went. Shh. He just kind of like slowly turned his head and just sat there. He didn't move at all.
That'd be like you cracking a beer for me and me doing that.
Yeah.
You know that's like the time, like, all right, Alex, you're done. Like,
yeah. So we knew it at that point. It's like, yeah, he's done. Plus, it was a thing of we didn't know other than the diabetes, we didn't know what was causing the seizures. So it's like we could have it find out, but will that really improve his quality of life?
How old was he?
He was 14, 15.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he was
okay.
he was an old kitty, so it's not like he was in the prime of his life or young or anything. Like, he was an old kitty. He was very well loved.
Do that for me too.
even though we got him as a stray that was just being fed by the neighborhood kind of a thing by Bill's sister in a city over. He was litter box trained and neutered when they found him, and we're feeding him.
Good. And, okay, good. Then you know what? You did the right thing.
Yeah, and we got him maybe a year old.
Good.
So someone gave him as a present to someone, and they tossed him.
Or he just left like an idiot and didn't realize what he was. Because, dude, that's what happened to my cat. Like, he just left, like, and now I just haven't seen him again. Cats do that shit. Like, They're not exactly fucking forward thinkers. Like,
well,
but I'm glad that he got a fucking second life with you guys.
He was self-aware. He saw himself in the mirror one time and was just like, looked behind it, looked back, and was like, I look good.
Drew a little mustache on it.
He's like, I look good.
Well, this mustache, I think.
Yeah. So it's like, all right. I'm gonna do a quick spin, and then I'm gonna get to my game because they're chanting Reaper over on my channel here.
Just give him a Reaper then. Stop being a bitch.
Fuck it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Assuming I can find one real fast.
This is better when I stream with him because we can just guarantee a fucking spin to win right here. See? Yeah, fuck it. Just give him a Reaper.
Yeah, we'll just give him a Reaper. Why the fuck not?
Hell yeah. Let's go.
All right. You guys are asking for it. Pay to win. Yeah, basically.
Streaming with El Guido. Always so fun.
Yes. Except not for my butthole. Alrighty, though. Another game that I've been playing, or at least this year. What else have I been playing this year? Damn it, it's stuck in my teeth. I hate it when it gets stuck in my teeth. Definitely spicy. Yep, definitely spicy. Actually, let's fire up the Epic Game Launcher, because Borderlands, no, not. I mean, it was fun, but it's not really like noteworthy, like super noteworthy kind of a thing. Actually, Alex and I were kind of talking about Borderlands before the show a little bit. What else? Spicy. What else have I played this year? Okay, yeah, this one, the heat is actually getting to me a little bit. Of course, the Epic Game Store is taking forever to freaking load.
It always does. It always does. And they give you that really weird, like, candy cane thing on the bottom that doesn't even, like, go up as the loading time. It just, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah. I guess one game I will say that I played during the course of this past year that was actually fun, mechanically speaking, was Lichdom Battle Mage.
Ooh.
Fun mechanically speaking because of the simple fact of the various different spells you can craft, as far as them being a fireball kind of thing, where it's just like something you throw and then hits, versus like throw and hit and explode, or just a shell around you, or something you target the ground with. It was very interesting as far as the spellcrafting mechanics, and then add in the fact of comboing various different spells together to have additional effects. So, like, I can cast spells that will lower resistance and then cast spells that will increase damage and then cast my fireball and just blow the ever-living fuck out of everybody, as opposed to just being like, fireball, 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 fireball. Oh, now you're dead. Yay, hoo.
Because you have some agency in those decisions.
Yeah. The downfall, I will say, was the playthrough I did. I learned very quickly. I forget what the 3 actually did together. One was like it raised the effectiveness of the whole combo. Another was it rooted them, and then the third one was just a fireball. So I would raise the effectiveness of whatever I cast on the target, root them in place so they're rooted even longer now, and then hit them with fireball. And because I was doing all 3 of them, the fireball, the bonus it would wind up getting would be even more, as opposed to just like root and then fireball.
Interesting.
So, or if it was just like increased damage and then fireball, it would, because it's the 3-step process.
Interesting.
It would add that much more damage to it.
Right, like stacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other downfall is that was my whole rotation, like the entire game.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
Oh, do I really want these other spells? Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my last one. Fucking Valorant. I will literally scream this from the goddamn rooftops. Dude, if you like first-person shooters, Valorant, so goddamn good. I don't really want to go into it because I've already yelled this in this fucking million times on this channel. And your constituents and mine kind of differ because you play a lot of single-player stuff. I play a lot of competitive stuff. Have been touching a little bit more single-player stuff. Shout out again to fucking Blue and fucking Savage. Thank you for coming and hanging out when I'm playing something that you give a shit about. Appreciate that. But man, fucking Valorant, dude, so goddamn good. It scratches an itch that only team-based competitive games can scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Counter-Strike with a little dollop of fucking Overwatch. Every agent is very uniquely different. They play a uniquely different role. It is fantastic. Like, so that is going to be my call for my last one.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That game's amazing. And also the art style is fucking gorgeous. Like they can make a fucking movie about that. I'd be like, hell yeah, dude.
I was gonna say, I do know that they have like a 3 or 4 episode animated series on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't caught a lot of it. I think I've seen like one of the episodes.
We're still in the beginning parts because this universe is completely separate from all the other Riot IPs.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm a lore guy. There's lots of lore drop shit in this game, even in between characters and what they say. This is what I've garnered so far. There is multiple worlds in the Valorant universe. And basically there was an accident on this map called Fracture that had something to do with the agent chamber because he goes, oh, yeah, no, I totally heard there was an explosion here. It's crazy. It had nothing to do with me, though. Literally says, had nothing to do with me, though. So, had something to do with him. And that made the 2 multiverse Earths converge into one. And that's actually why multiple people can play the same person.
That also kind of explains a lot behind the music video that you told me of, as far as why the imagery is going on there. Yes. So that explains a hell of a lot there.
Yep. And every patch or so, if you go into the training course, there's like just like, you know, shoot dudes and then the shooter dudes over here and then practice your abilities over here. There's a side route that you can go down to, which is like it kind of looks like a break room because there's like chips and stuff and a microwave. There sometimes is a phone there, and when there is, you can click on it and it will have one agent calling the main guy Brimstone, and they will say a big line of dialogue about either the new incoming agent or what is going on. So you actually have to, and on one of the maps, the actual active maps, while you're in the middle of it, there's a computer terminal on this map, and you can go up and it'll say A to activate, and you hit A, and more lore will come out of it. So there is lore in the game that is super hidden. Um, dude, and that's the best kind of lore, like where I have to like actively seek it out. Ooh, love to see it. God damn, that's some Dark Souls shit right there. I love that shit. So yeah, that is gonna be my last one.
Okay, cool.
You got one more?
Let me quick try and scrounge one up here. Because a lot of the videos I've got have been of recent stuff, and it's like, some of it was fun, some of it not so much.
I will also just as a shout out to Savage and obviously you and Jake. I really did enjoy Phasmophobia. I wish it was a little scarier. Because it was really only scary that first week, and then basically you realize like, oh, this is just like a logic puzzle.
Yeah,
with ghosts.
That is true.
Yeah. But legitimately super fun. We had like October was a blast. Like that was really fun playing that on Friday nights. That game is fun. So that's another one of my fucking mentions.
Yeah, I will definitely back that up. Savage is sitting here saying Apex is better as far as versus Valorant, I think. And he also heard that Overwatch 2 is coming out, and it's like, yeah, well, I mean,
cool. You support rapists, enjoy.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's a Blizzard game, and it's like, yeah, not really.
Frankly, I gotta say, like literally watching the progression of Overwatch 1. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'd rather play a game that's actually fun and better and well balanced.
I was gonna say that's the big thing there is balanced, because Overwatch. No, it's like, oh, I have to fire a bullet that direction to get balance. Oh, okay. Pew pew.
Yeah,
it's like kind of missing the mark there.
Not so much for me. Yeah, not so much. I will give you Apex though. Apex is pretty great.
Yeah, I have played Apex a little bit.
I played a bunch of Apex. It's a good game.
The one thing I actually kind of will leak as far as potential changes to my channel, I've kind of been debating about doing something different on Wednesday,
really?
which is usually when I've been doing Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Queues at night for Final Fantasy 14 are still like 2,000 people, which equates to about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of saying, hey, let's do something different on Wednesday nights. Maybe not Valorant, but in general, have it be maybe a Warfare Wednesday, or like just multiplayer games in general. Don't know yet. So maybe if you want to come play games with me, by all means, feel free. Probably one of them that'll be popping up, at least first iteration, would be something like MechWarrior Online. It's free to play, it's fun, you don't have to put money into it, because there are some mechs that are free, so. Yes.
Play some Valorant. Play Valorant.
One
day I will drag you into my fucking multiplayer horseshit. One day.
I will put a maybe pin on Valorant.
Okay. I'll put a 45% chance that even happens. But I'll just say, I'm always here to play because I love Valorant, and that game is fun as fuck.
Okay.
I have now made a rectangle. Thank you. All right, so what's your last one?
God damn, yeah. See, now if we just went with like most memorable games, I could actually pick Surge 2 just because of all the things did wrong.
I think we can put that in. Like, why the hell not, right? Like,
I mean, yes, I get it. It's trying to do Minecraft now. I mean, yes, Minecraft has so much to offer in it, but it's also very player driven. Like you have to have the motivation to go do all that stuff. Um, but realistically, Surge 2, part of the reason why I'm picking this one is because there's all these things that it's trying to do and be like Dark Souls, but it's screwing up hardcore. Parrying, you could have just left it at one button. You didn't have to go with, okay, hold block and then flick the right thumbstick in the one of 4 directions and time it perfectly. Like,
To be fair, parrying in Dark Souls is 2 buttons. It's left trigger, and then you got to hit right trigger to confirm.
No, that's the parry left trigger and the riposte.
Sure, okay.
Still
so, 2.
Okay, well in that case, Surge 2 is 3 buttons.
Okay, that's even worse.
So,
so is jumping 4 in that game?
I don't even remember. I'm trying to wipe it out of my mind.
That's how memorable that game is.
Yeah,
I remember you and I had a conversation about it, and one of the big things is that I bring up about Dark Souls is that I like that even the enemies were on the same bars, right? Like they have a health bar, they have a mana bar, they have a stamina bar, and it makes it fair.
Yeah,
right?
they have the same rule set.
Right. And you said to me, Surge does not have that.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Enemies can just spam the attacks as much as they want ad nauseum. The only time it's really noticeable is the bosses, when you're literally just dodge. Fuck, I'm out of stamina. Ow, 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 ow. I'm dead. That's what it equates to.
Boom.
Huh?
Dodge, ow.
That's for what? When it goes in the butt?
Yeah, that's just my normal shit, to be honest with you. Like, that's just like normal run-of-the-mill Alex sexual encounter. Try my best to get out of it. This is not always going to happen.
Styx Master of Shadows. There were parts where it was fun.
It's a pretty good title.
Yeah, I mean, there were
Did you
parts.
play the second one or no?
No, I didn't. Didn't play the second one. Partially because it felt towards the end of it that it was just dragging on.
Yeah. So was the second one, if it makes you feel better.
I mean, I was going at a slower pace and trying to be as careful as possible, but still it very much seemed to just drag on for the sake of, hey, we need to extend gameplay.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when devs are sitting here saying we need to extend gameplay, it's like, no, you don't. You really don't.
I think 2 sanded off a lot of ouchy corners, but it still kind of did the same thing. It outstayed its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my opinion, most games, unless you're an RPG, really, 12 hours. Get out after that. Like even by the end of fucking BioShock, I was like, please, we are done here. Like you have done all the cool things. Please just end. Like,
especially considering with BioShock, you're a first-person shooter. I would say 8 hours should be your maximum there.
Right. And 12 wasn't bad because 10 is where like the really like dun 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 happens, and really super great. But then there's 2 more hours afterwards, and I'm like, you fucking bastards. Like, let it go. I get it. I gave you $60. This game has New Game Plus. You realize that, right? Like, fucking, if a game has New Game Plus, there's no reason to run it into that range. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, we were talking about Chrono Trigger earlier. Do you know how long Chrono Trigger is?
Depending on how quickly you want to go for the boss, it can be actually very short. It can also be extremely long.
Incorrect. It actually, even if you do all the side shit, runs about 17 hours. Even if you do everything in that game.
Really?
About 17 hours. Yep. If you just run it, 12. It's 12 hours. If you run all the side shit, yeah, it's like we remember it fondly because it was very pointed in what it wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It was very pop, 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 pop. And FYI, that was the first game to ever even have the term New Game Plus and actually make New Game Plus a thing.
Yep.
So, yep. Which makes sense because if you're going to be the first game that does New Game Plus, wouldn't you want your game to be 12 hours?
Yeah.
You don't want a fucking New Game Plus to be on a 40-hour game. Nobody's going to run that shit again. Like, you know? Fucking ridiculous. All right. My dog has to go pee, so I have got to call it now.
Yeah, we do.
He's literally like, look.
Sitting there cross-legged.
He's literally just like, hey, so I've got to pee. So I'm going to go say goodbye to these guys, and then I'll meet you there, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. Hey, Rich's chat, fucking Blue, Savage, all the boys that I love, Celtic, fucking thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you soon.
And everybody over in Alex's chat, Jake, I'm probably going to guess Blue, Savage, maybe Celtic as well.
No, I didn't show up tonight, but
okay. Well.
a couple other randos did, but yeah.
Either way, thank you for being here, guys, and I will catch you next week.
Yup.
All right, though, guys. Recommend any of the Paradox games. I'm assuming by Paradox games you mean games made by the Paradox Development Studio. If so, I've Planetfall, Age of Wonders. I think Magica is from that studio, if I remember correctly. Surviving Mars, haven't played that yet. Planetfall is basically if I remember correctly, a first-person shooter on a global scale where you're one of three effectively corporations trying to hold points and like that. But having said all that, guys, and the show tonight, thank you all for being here. I will be back tomorrow. We'll be probably playing some Final Fantasy 14 unless you guys like ping me on Discord or let me know on Twitch or Twitter or wherever that you do not want me to continue with Final Fantasy 14, at which point I will probably take that and do that offline and move on to something else. I don't know. Although I am enjoying the story of the new expansion of Final Fantasy XIV, Endwalkers. If you don't want to see that, though, that's perfectly fine. I get it. With that, though, I will catch you all later. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me and Alex tonight, and I hope you guys have a good one. Till then, bye!